Welcome to another rendition of Random Streams. I wanted to touch base. I wanted to share a video where I'm actually struggling in real time, because I think it's easy for us to say, oh, God's good, and I've been through hard times, and that's fine, and that's all true, and that's the power of the testimony. But I wanted to share a video where I want to take you through what I'm working through right now. Like I said before in prior videos, but maybe you haven't seen those. There's only 8 of them, but I know some of them are long. I struggle with being, I'm gaining on 47 years old, and I ask the question, what do I have to show for that? Years ago, I really, 7 or 8 years ago, really derailed my life. And I shared before that I was totally lost and devoid of hope. And I've been able to, in God's kindness, come through that. But it never stops. The struggle never stops. In James 1, he writes, "Consider it pure joy when we face trials of many kinds, because trials trials produce perseverance, and perseverance, when it finishes its work, cultivates maturity, and maturity, completeness." So what is that saying? It's saying, consider it joy when we struggle, because within the struggle we persevere. Within the perseverance, that's how we mature. And I got to tell you, I'm having a moment here. I'm in a parking lot in Philly, and I'm having a moment where I can make a decision. I can choose a rabbit trail of negativity and woe is me, and here's all the things that I am worried about. Here's all the questions I have about different things. I have a choice. And the reason I keep looking back is because I wonder, I'm out here waiting for someone at the doctor's office. But the movie Inside Out. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen Inside Out, I'm going to spoil it for you. But it's a Pixar movie that's brilliant. It's brilliantly done. It's very smart. The moral of the story in the movie Inside Out is there is no joy without sadness. Okay, so I've been giving this some thought, and these are the moments where I have to stop. I have to stop and be still and remind myself who I am and the plans that He has for my life. So I want to take you through that. But here's my thought process. Isaac had a really difficult football game a couple weeks ago where this team got beat. He didn't feel like he played well. He was very disappointed in himself. And I was trying to help him. I was thinking him through that. And one of the things I said to him was, there isn't victory without defeat. We don't, if all we do is win, we don't appreciate the win. Take that a step further. There's no promised land without wilderness. There is no freedom without captivity. There's no redemption without sin and pain and struggle. Not that we sin so that grace may abound. That's not what I'm talking about. But here's the point: is that we all want victory. We all want promised land. We all want to win. We all want to be set free. We all want it. But I got to tell you, he is in the wilderness. Consider it pure joy when we face trials. Rejoice in the struggle, because if we play our cards right, if we do it right, He's found there. Okay? When we persevere, when we decide to come through difficult times holding on to Him, we come out with a maturity that it's not possible to have any other way. So the question is, when we're in the struggle, which I'm tempted to ask all the time, God, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? When can I leave the wilderness? When will there be enough? When? Right? When? It's not, what are you doing to me? That's not the question. It's, Father, what are you doing in me? And complete that good work in the wilderness. I'm telling you, he's in the thick of it. He's in it. He is a good Father. And if all he's after is our hearts, where do we open up our hearts the most? Where are we most apt to open up our hearts? Is it on the mountaintop when everything's fine? I don't know. It's not. I'll just tell you. Let me save you the trouble of thinking about it. One of two choices in the wilderness, in the struggle, is to say, God, you're not good, and you've done this to me, or I'm holding on to who you are and who the word says you are, and I'm choosing to be a son or a daughter, holding on to a good Father, and I'm opening my heart to you because there's promised land, because there's victory, because there's freedom, because there's healing. There's no healing without pain. There's no healing without sickness, without some kind of brokenness. And so, like, I'm living in that right now. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm thinking about my life. I'm thinking about, when is there going to be breakthrough? When can I grow up? When can I? The list goes on and on. But I want to give you permission to struggle. But I want to encourage myself to come out on top and say, it was what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to be still, and I'm going to say, Father, I'm going to live in the constant revelation of you loving me. I have 1,000 things to do. I have 1,000 things on my mind. I have a kid graduating high school. I have to think about, financial things, and Christmas is coming, and I have to think about who I want to be, and I'm not there. Where I want to be, and I'm not there. And I'm just going to choose to be a son. That's what I'm going to choose today, to a loving Father. And it's not easy, but I wanted you to know it's not easy. Be encouraged today. Be encouraged today.